The power of the Force in Star Wars is something most of us would agree to be really cool to possess, and in the current canon movies and shows, we see that it's used by a range of our favorite Force-wielding characters. But honestly, as of right now, I cannot say that I've been very impressed by all that we've seen in terms of Force powers, if we compare it with what we have in Star Wars Legends. What we often see in canon are powerful force pulls, push, choke, and other similar things, but there's currently nothing that can match the extremity of force powers found in many Legends characters. As an example, Darth Sion was a man who survived purely on the dark side alone, and he was essentially a walking corpse. This goes way beyond the abilities of Darth Maul in Star Wars canon after he was cut in half. Characters like Darth Nihilus and Tenebrae, aka the Sith Emperor, consumed entire planets from life and drained them of the Force, simply so that they could sustain themselves and their ever-growing hunger for the dark side. There was also the overwhelming dark side power known as Force Storm, that could essentially ravage entire star systems at the command of a powerful individual like Naga Sadow or Exar Kun. There were even various degrees of Force Lightning ranging from all kinds of colors and strengths that the appropriate Force user could utilize. So yeah, that's a few examples, and I know I mentioned mainly the Sith here, but that's because they were the ones to truly experiment with the Force to this extent, and you wouldn't really find that with the Jedi, although some of the Jedi do have some cool power abilities in Legends as well. But I do find it a bit unfortunate that we haven't seen much of these type of things in canon yet. Obviously, if we were to try to replicate the same type of powers into canon, they would have needed to be adjusted a little bit to fit the timeline and its limitations. So hopefully in the future of Star Wars canon, we'll be able to see a little bit more of the extreme sides of the Force, since the potential is pretty massive.